What's up, my little turnip seedlings? How we doing? How are the seeds today? Got another upload for you here. Fun game against some Smurf accounts. Arbiter wins, Ghost ROP. I felt like this was more of a high-level game. Me and the piggy played, so I wanted to try a little more frequent uploads versus some of the longer videos. I felt like maybe if I just got some more content out, I would be a little more satisfied with the schedule of content coming out to you guys, rather than just Halo Wars once every 2 weeks on a Saturday night. But I digress. We're gonna have some hot mics here. Pig and I played this game, I want to say 2 weeks ago. It's gonna be Forge versus Cutter. Of course, you know that Cutter can buy the base right away. Forge really can't afford it. But I don't really think Forge is too terrible. There's some things Forge can do on this map. Primarily what you're going to see is like a double offense play. And you're going to see Warthogs and possibly a base cheese. A lot of times they really love to cheese your Covenant's base by dropping a carpet bomb and suicide grunts or brutes or whatever the other Covenant's going to be. So I'm not going to be too much help here in the very, very early stages, and just try to get my build online. Of course, the place to go tanks, always on docks. It's the best because the map is such close quarters. Mr. Pig's going up on offense. He's rage running to try to get to the Covenant base a little faster. This Ghost is being a little pesky. I'm going to try to get rid of it. Reactor fourth on my main base. Did I hear an explosion? Did you kill something? And yeah,
they're all there.
Trying to thin out the hog numbers, as well as just get our foothold going. See a few War Dogs coming in. I know he's gonna have Gunner faster than me if he went Reactor third, so I'm gonna try to disengage from him. Typically, that's what you're gonna see is you're gonna go Reactor third as Forge. And yeah, he's trying to find me right now.
Dude, fuck my guns. Oh, that's so bad, dude. I'm full fucking critical.
Mr. Pig, I don't know what happened over there. Some of the grunts maybe glitched out. So that's gonna put us on the back foot. Now, I had to build on my base to keep the flow of pads going, so my hog production is not as good as was not as plentiful as him. But now I've got a Gunner, so eventually I'll be able to push him back because I've got 2 bases to his 1 base. So even though my hog is a little weaker, I'm still gonna fight him. There's just no point because I'm on a double pump of hogs. He's only on a single pump. I should just be dumping everything I can into him.
What?
What?
You just ate the full grunt and didn't take any damage? Oh my god, what is that?
So something glitched out, I guess. Mr. Pig's grunt.
The pad didn't take damage. He just took 0 damage. Like, he took 0
yes.
damage.
Did not work. That's the Mr. Pig grunt right there. They just decided not to work for him that day. I'm gonna drop a heal. Arbiter super important to keep alive. He's still building hogs. And their Arbiter is doing just fine. Got my Sec 2 up. I'm gonna throw these depots online. And with both of them on offense right now, we're assuming that this base is being built. So it's typically once you want to take it as the Forge. After you get a little bit of a lead, you can take it and not have to worry about it. So We're going to leave Mr. Pig's base vulnerable for the time being, because we definitely need to stop that. Because you got to think, the Forge has all heavy pads as well, whereas I might have a few more, but still, heavy supply pads are really strong this early on.
I got one of these grunts to get through.
Base is online. The plan is we got to Mac blast this base. We cannot let it get online, because that's just going to be a huge steamroll if we let that continue. So I'm going to Mac this. Did not DQ that supply pad, so you don't know if you blow up a base and if you're building on the base, you don't get refunds for those buildings that were not completed. So if you throw up your 4th reactor or something and then you lose your base, you're out $1,000 right there if you don't manually delete it. You got to manually unqueue it. So this Arbiter, I'm playing a little safe here because Arbiters easily can just rage this tank down. So I'm going to just go right around the base, juke him out a little bit.
Run the one away until you get some money.
And it's not good. Mr. Pig's base, he's only on one heavy pad. He's on one heavy pad. The Arbiter is pretty much untouched on their end. So I'm going to tell Mr. Pig to buy this supply pad here, so I can just spam my tank right on the supply pad. And you notice that he tries to rage me, but he's actually doing damage to that supply pad, and it's making my Scorpion tank super tanky. No pun intended. It's making the tank a lot more difficult to kill, and you can see I got him down all the way to red bar there, and just needed one tank. But if that thing was out in the open like that, then it'd be mincemeat.
I got no money here. Give me one sec.
Now, me having the second base and their Arbiter having such a lead, my thought process is let's get some Spartans in these suckers so they're a lot more difficult to kill. Nice catch again from Mr. Pig there. Getting some of his pads online. He's going to drop a grunt in there. Huge damage there. So that's going to deny that Expo once again, but he's already on tanks.
If you've got enough, you have to know it's going to be you fighting 2 tanks, both the RB, so into Devon or whatever. I don't know what.
So, yeah, the plan was to go up there and help him out, but his Arbiter's so weak now that there's really no point of me fighting the Arbiter and Green's tanks at the same time. So I'm just gonna chill. Just gonna chill over here. Some Banshees starting to be produced right now, which actually is not the worst thing in the world for us. I'll explain why. So this was a rough moment for me here. I had my tanks facing the wrong way, and look, he just runs out of there immediately. That was probably the worst D-bomb I've ever used. Mr. Pig's Arbiter is really weak over there. Just gonna get raged down. So what I mean by the Banshees being actually not that huge of a deal, because if he's building Banshees, he's not really going to be raging anything. If he's on a double summit, or even a single summit by that, it's going to be a bit more difficult for him to afford raging these tanks down, which I've got some Spartan tanks, so that's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, good job.
So trying to run these away here. And then also, the Banshees are super weak to an Arbiter Rage as well. I'm going to save that Spartan. I'm going to get him in there.
RB's at like halfway.
He's just spending a lot of money right now raging these down. Mr. Pig's got some turrets out. And yeah. I'm feeling the heat right now. You can hear me say, I think this is it. But Mr. Pig gets his Arbiter back. These Spartans are coming in pretty clutch here. You can see with that he can't really rage. He can't really rage my tanks down. He'd try to, but the Spartan's just not gonna be worth it for him. It's gonna take so much health. But yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying the content recently. We've added a new feature to the live streams we're going to be testing out next Saturday here. We've got custom AI text to speech, so you could click your character like Master Chief or Jar Jar Binks, and you could have it play a message out on stream. It's actually really, really funny. They've been we just finished up the Halo 4 playthrough last night, and the guys were timing it quite well. And yeah, you'll have to check some of the clips out. But yeah, I want to get back into the habit of just doing more frequent uploads. I think that would be the best way for me to get back into the flow of content creation, because I've taken on a big project for making like a new Halo Wars video, and I've kind of like found very little motivation to actually spend time on it. Where some of these smaller bite-sized videos, I feel like I can make a nice one for you guys on a weekend or a afternoon, and give you some content, while I work on some bigger things, and just have that come out when it comes out, right? So the Forge Candy down tech, we look over there and we saw that it was on a double reactor, so he's on a single base Candy down tech. I don't need to go up right now. I don't need to attack, because we just flag glitched his base. We see that he's on to he's only on one base still.
They're gonna try to go for like a.
Even though Mr. Pig doesn't really have any air units right now, we don't really need to. We don't need to do anything. Just get stronger, accumulate more forces, and get the tech that we need. Now, the downside is he's going to have canister shell a little before me, because, of course, when we checked the explosion, I didn't even have my reactor online yet, so there's going to be a small window of opportunity here. And you can see, yeah, he's got it before me. He's got about 4 tanks. I'm going to have Mr. Pig rage these Banshees down. And my canister shell is online, yeah, so I got that. That was kind of the last hoorah that they had there. Yeah, they just kind of bled themselves out trying to constantly dump all of their resources and troops into us. So, yeah, fun match. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks. Peace.